Hi GI TV, I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand. Very happy to be back here again today because I'm going to be talking to you about the G&G FNC. But before we go into too much detail on this airsoft gun, I want to give you a little history on its real steel counterpart. Now, FNC stands for Fabrique Nationale Carabine and was developed by Fabrique Nationale FN of Herstal, Belgium. Now, it was developed between 1975 and 1977 for NATO standardization trials and is currently in use by the Belgian military as well as a number of other militaries around the world. Now let's get back to this airsoft gun. It comes with a full metal receiver, a full metal front barrel assembly, and a full metal side folding stock. Now from front to back, we've got a 14mm counterclockwise threaded barrel. We do have a sling attachment point on the front as well as the rear. We also do have a sling attachment point right here at the rear of the receiver, but I have one gripe for the fact that it's a bit too small to accept most actual slings on the market. So at least you have two to go with. Now as far as getting the battery in this gun, it's going to go in the front handguard and you're going to access it by flipping this little metal piece up, flipping this metal prong off, and you can remove both pieces of hand grip and put the battery in there. For our test we use an 11.1 mini LiPo, but to play with we would suggest a 9.6 butterfly style 1600 milliamp battery. Now further back on the gun we do have a nylon fiber style front hand grip, which I like because it's really comfortable to touch and it does have ribbing on here, so it's going to be a little harder to drop. We also do have a nylon fiber pistol grip, which you may recognize because it comes standard on most M249 saws. Now further back, I mentioned before, we have a metal receiver. We also have a full metal charging handle and bolt. What's really great about this is that it's going to give you that satisfying real steel clang because it's a pretty heavy piece of metal. I like that for the realism factor, and it sounds pretty cool. We also have full FNC trademarks, which I really like because if you're going to use these guns for a short film or a movie, it's going to give that added layer of realism. And also, I think it's great for the airsoft industry to have real steel manufacturers taking or at least having more interest in our market. We also have an FN style fire selector, which goes from safe to semi to supposedly 3-round burst and fully automatic, but realistically this gun does not come with 3-round burst. I think G&G did that to be faithful to the real steel exterior. So just to recap, it's safe, semi-automatic, fully automatic, and fully automatic. Also, this gun is not ambidextrous, so lefties beware. There is no fire selector on the right side, and the magazine release is only on the right side as well. But this gun does come with a 450-round high-capacity magazine, and also, I like this gun for the fact that it's very unique looking, but it's not an M4, but it does accept M4-style magazines. So if you already have an M4, and you already have a lot of magazines, you won't have to worry about buying more mags for this gun, so that's going to save you some money on your airsoft budget, which I always appreciate. We do have adjustable front and rear iron sights, and like I mentioned before, we have a side folding stock that is made out of metal. You're going to press it down and fold it in, and it does lock in place, which is nice, but you're going to have to press it down again to fold it back out, which may be a little tough in the middle of an airsoft battle. But the folding stock is great because it's going to allow you to easier use this gun if you're operating from a vehicle. Also, if you're operating in close quarters, I believe foldable stocks were originally designed for paratroopers to use. So if you happen to scout out with airsoft guns, you can try that with this, but I will mention that it weighs in at about 4,100 grams. So it's a bit heavier than most guns on the market, but most of the weight is concentrated at the rear of the receiver. Well, I believe that's all I have to say externally wise, except for the last fact that I should have mentioned earlier, that the inner barrel in this gun comes with a 443mm length inner barrel, which is about almost 100 millimeters longer than you're going to get on most M4 style guns. So that's going to give you added accuracy and added range, which is always great if you're going to be playing outdoors. Now, internally, this gun comes with a full metal G&G reinforced gearbox with 8mm bushings. It also is fully upgradable with Tokyo Marui style parts and has an adjustable reinforced one-piece hop-up. And lastly, it has a high torque, long type motor. Now this gun should fire around 400 to 410 feet per second, which is going to be a little bit too fast for most 400 feet per second fields, but I do know that outside of Southern California, there are a lot of fields that have limits as high as 450 or even 500 feet per second, so this gun is going to be great for that. But if you do have a 400 feet per second field that you go to, all you need to do is get a downgrade spring and you can get this right under 400 feet per second ready to go. So that said, this gun goes for $299.99 on AirsoftGI.com. I really like it just for the fact that it's different than an M4. I just keep seeing a lot of M4s on the market. Yeah, that's basically where I'm coming from there. So make sure to check out this and all the other guns G&G has on our website. I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand, and this is GI TV.
Coming in! Go! Coming in!
You're lucky it was a light train. Fine.
Why?
What?
Why are you being so mean?
Why are you being so mean? And I don't think she understands like how.
You're like, it's airsoft.
Yeah,
I went to ITS with my first name.
that's true. Didn't Tim like say like, hey, can you just go down with Bob to keep him coming or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So I was gonna be by myself. You ran. He waddled. It's true. I remember seeing you run. We can't say that.